Hello Palians and welcome back to my channel. The Winterlights Festival has finally started in Palia and I have been working away on a little bit of a festive plot, so I thought I would give you some inspiration of some things that you can do with the new furniture items in game by giving you a little bit of a tour of my plot that I've been working on. So I have a few key things here. I've got a little bit of a tutorial on how to make a sleigh and some other bits as well. Don't forget to like and also subscribe, but let's get into this. So this is the exterior of my plot. I absolutely love that snowy rooftop. It's so cute, a great item. Highly recommend buying it from the store if you haven't already. As you can see, the entrance is pretty kind of bland, but there is a nice little kind of walkway that I have got going on here with the red industrial shelves. I just used the pillar to put them down to act as like a bit of a boardwalk. And then over to the left we have so much snow. There is lots and lots of snow. I don't want to talk about how much this cost me to place and put down and just buy everything. And then we have my sleigh. So this is a little bit of a kind of a Cernic, a nod to Santa Claus, as you can see. And there's just lots of presents back here. There's lots of red that I kind of really went to town with. It's not the nicest, most vibrant kind of red, this classic colorway, but I think it still works really nicely. I'm going to put in a little bit of a tutorial now so that if you wanted to recreate this little kind of sleigh for yourself, you can do, and you can have your very own sleigh on your plot. So the first thing you're going to need is two of these kind of dragon tied chaise longue type things, and you're going to want to place them really close to one another, as close as you can. I would recommend using the pillar for this just to make them a little bit closer. This should all be possible on the Switch because all we're doing is using the Alt Select method, so it should work perfectly on the Switch. So that kind of gives you the front of the sleigh there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to place a red present, which you should all have access to now because they are in this shop. And then you're going to place on top of that just a floor. It doesn't have to be a gold one. It can be any kind of floor you want to place there. And then we're going to try and get this as close as we can to the back of the sleighs that we've just placed here, and try and get it nice and center as well, like that. And then the next thing we're going to do is go in with this sideboard. This is a dragon tied one. If you don't have this, you can easily switch out for another kite. Any one will work. You just need something to act as like the back of your sleigh. So again, I'm going to use the Alt Select here, and we're just going to pop that in. And then for the sides, I've decided to go for these log ones. I think they work quite nicely as they've kind of got that like gap through them, which I thought was quite nice. So we're going to place that down and just Alt Select that yet again, and we're just going to have it so it can kind of marry up as close as we can get it to the kind of the sleigh area there. Okay, and then we're going to bring it round again, and we're just going to replicate that on the other side. So again, using that Alt Select method, we want to try and make this nice and even as possible as we can, like that. Okay, so that's the basis there. And then I decided to add in a chair here. So I went for the bellflower one because it's nice and fancy. So we're just going to Alt Select that yet again, and then you should be able to place this on top of the dragon tied kind of lounger type things, and then there you go. That's how that looks. If you want to finesse it a little bit more, you can kind of bring these in a bit more, maybe with some ghosting. I think I did ghost them in the end. Another touch that I did add was some lights behind, just to give it some kind of sparkle and also help glow the area as well. And then all you want to do then is just absolutely fill your sleigh with presents, and you can also do the chest as well just to make it feel a little bit more Christmassy. But yeah, you can just fill this with as many presents as you'd like. There should be no issues with trying to find any spots with where it might not be placeable. You can even stack them on top of each other, which is great. Just really fill it out. You want as many presents as you possibly can to make it feel super Christmassy. And then you can just place down your Cernic out front as well. Really quite a simple way to go, but it looks really effective. So I hope that was helpful. I really do like the way that it turned out in the end. I was a little bit nervous about doing it, but I think the presents obviously really help finish it all off. So make sure you put lots of them in it. And then the other thing that I wanted to do to have outside my plot was kind of like a natural kind of ice skating rink. I think you could do this in a number of ways, have it more kind of structured, but I like the idea of having a pond that's frozen over and then people can come and ice skate here. So I made this little skateboard here where all the skates are kind of stored and then people can come pick them up and then they can go out on the ice. It's not huge and I'm still a little bit disappointed about the grass poking through. Hopefully one day the devs will fix that and we don't have to worry about it. But as you can see, we've got the snow kind of piled up around the edges, the rocks as well. There's a little surnock and obviously some trees. And then right at the back here is a little hot cocoa stand. I just like the idea of having sort of like somewhere where you can come and grab a drink as well. So I just made this out of the stall from Ref, and then I used some of the other counters, and there's also some makeshift items there. And you can also kind of get a little bit of a sneak peek of a reef coming through, and there's some bottles up there, obviously a lot of cups and things around, and then there's just some seating out here as well, which I just thought was a nice addition. So you can sit down after going for your skate, enjoy your hot cocoa and just relax. So it's just a nice little idea. I think there's so many different ways you could do a hot cocoa stand, hot chocolate, whatever you want to call it, maybe even like a coffee stand outside in front of your plot, but it does feel like something that is quite festive or at least very suitable for the winter period. So we're going to head inside now, and all of my interiors are done. I have to have a huge shout out to Lulu for helping me decorate with them. She definitely gave me more than a helping hand this time. But the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the tree. I feel like the tree really has to be a standout feature of your kind of decorating. So I decided to put mine in the corner next to the fireplace, which I felt like was a natural place to put it. And then I actually raised it up. There is a building floor under there, and then around the outside, as you can kind of see, I've used the chests that you find in Kilima as like a little bit of an outer edging, which means that I can have 2 layers of presents, and also it kind of ties in those colors nicely as well. And then we have the fireplace, obviously, which is a great way to add in some more of that winter lights decor. Go to town with the wall items, like having the mittens like hanging over the fireplace warming up is just a really cute idea. And then in front of the fireplace, I also wanted to add like the things that you need for Santa Claus, so like cookies, a carrot for the reindeer, and also a little bit of a drink as well, because why not? So this is all the kind of cozy interior that we've got on the outside as well. So there is like a little bit of a reading area, come work area, and also just some clutter back there as well, which I thought was nice. I still love this wallpaper that we got last year, and it's such a good wallpaper. It works perfectly for this season. The other very kind of seasonal thing that I decided to do was a little bit of a wrapping paper station. So where you can come and wrap your presents and things. So all for that, I just added in the maps from the Zeki's underground market where you get the hot pot coins. I can't remember the actual name for it, but I was like, oh, it looks like papers, so we'll put that there. And then just some presents on the table as well. Really simple. Don't know if it really is clear what it is, but I just thought it was a nice touch, and I know what it is. And then through here is the bedroom, which Lily pretty much did all by herself. There's nothing too Christmassy in here, but I really like the red and the greens together. And also Lily came up with this idea where she has glitched out the reefs and added in the mirror. So she's just ghosted away the mirror and then added in the reefs and kind of ghosted them again. So it looks like the mirror is actually a form of the reef, which I think is a really cute idea. And again, it just makes it feel a little bit more Christmassy. Just those little touches really do help make it feel festive. And then back through here is where we have our big dining table. So I feel like one of the things I really wanted to do was have a proper Christmas festive spread. So everything again is very red and green, and there's so many things on the table here. So we've got food items, there's kind of bottles and bowls. I made sure that I put all the cutlery in the right places just to make sure that it looked really good. And then there is some other details. We have another tree because why not? There's kind of a little snack table back here. I love the bellflower, the red and the green together. I just thought it looked really nice. And the colours are just really popping in here. That chandelier, another kind of big centerpiece that I wanted to show off. And then we have some other on the outsides. I was a bit unsure what to do, so we added in like a wardrobe, a bookcase. There's the dresser here, a little bit of a Cernic on the corner. He's probably very jealous of all the food that everyone is enjoying. The medium Bahari was definitely a good shout. And also we have veggie options as well with the cabbage rolls. I wanted to make a real centerpiece in the table center, but all of my candles seem to have turned off, which is sad. But we have a little bit of greenery poking through because there is some of the planters down the bottom. Again, I owe Lilu that idea. Very clever. And then this is the kitchen. This, I wanted it to be really, again, with that red and green. And Lilu did another fabulous job here, coming up with all of the layout. And I like the way that it feels very cozy in here. Like you could almost eat in here as well, but you also have like really functional spaces as well. So look, you have lots of counter space. There's this little area in the middle which does have like a little bit of an overhang as well, and the curtain. And then I wanted another fireplace just to kind of really ramp up the coziness of the plot as well. So yeah, it's really red, very green. Then there is this little kind of alcove area, which I thought was a nice touch. And then it's just somewhere where you can come and you can hang your skates, your mittens, your coats when it's all really cold. And again, it uses all of those Winterlights kind of furniture. And then the last thing I just wanted to show you as well is a little barn. I thought of this idea, and I'm sure you could do it way better than I did, but I was like, where do all the Cernic live? They can have their own little stables. So this is what I just put together, just this little sections for the little pens for the Cernics. Some little carrots dropped down, the hay bales. I wish I had more of these. I literally had to go and steal them from other plots just to use them here. And then there is a fountain back here for them to have some water as well. And I wanted to add in the leaves as well to give the idea of hay. I know they're a lot darker, but I still think it kind of works. It just feels very brown in here, but I still really like it, and it's just cute. It's just a cute little idea that you could definitely take and adapt and kind of morph into your own if you wanted to. So there we have it. There are some seasonal ideas to get you kick-started for the festive decorating period in Palia. If you are part of my Discord, or if you're not already, make sure you join, because we do have a monthly build comp, and obviously this month's theme is Winterlights. Let me know what you're going to be doing with this furniture as well in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas also. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.